Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to go through all of the eyeshadow palettes that I went into in the month of April. As always, I'm going to be ranking it from least used to most used, and then I'll also share any looks that I did capture on that day when I used the palette. So let's get started. We're going to start with the eyeshadow that I used only one time. That means I only went into it on one particular day in the month of April, but I could have used potentially more than one shade. That's how I'm sort of ranking this. Okay, no particular order. We have the Desert Monsoon from What's Up Beauty. This is currently in a project. I rolled it into my Pan in Every palette and I have barely used it. So there is nothing to show here. I only went into it once in April, but what we did decide in my last video for Pan in Every palette is I finally have decided that I want to hit pan in this shade. So definitely going to concentrate on this shade now, and I'm sure I'll have a lot more use on this one for the month of May. Next up, we have another What's Up Beauty. We have the Dragon's Eye palette. This is in my No Pan Left Behind. So what I want to do is use all of the shades at least once. I'm very, very close to doing that now. This is what the palette looks like. But sadly, yeah, I only went into it one day last month. I probably need to go into it one more time and then I can roll it out. I definitely neglected that project this last month. It's been a project I've been really enjoying the last few months, but in the month of April, I neglected it quite a bit. Okay, moving on, we have Galactic Visitor from Singe Beauty. This one was rolled into a project. It is also in my Pan in Every palette, and the shade that I want to hit pan on is Beam. It's really, really beautiful, but I only went into it once, so I need to step up my game and go in. Actually, maybe this is this Pan Nose eyeshadows? Yeah, this is actually Pan Nose eyeshadows because I do have a pan in this palette. This was rolled into my Pan Nose eyeshadow, so yeah. Need to work on the shade Beam. It's really, really pretty. And I just need to get a move on. I need to stop neglecting all of these palettes. Another one that I went into only once is the Gal on Venus. I think this was for a special look, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Because this palette is not currently in any project. So yeah, I think I pulled it for an orange or a red, or I can't remember what I pulled it for, but I pulled it. Was it for my, no, it wasn't Shop My Stash, right? Was it Shop My Stash? I cannot remember, but obviously if I have the look, I will share with you. I couldn't even tell you what I went into, quite honestly. What is wrong with me? I just don't remember these things anymore. Okay, we also went into the Serenity from Cosmic Beauty just the one time. So this was also rolled into my Pan Nose eyeshadows, and I'm currently trying to hit pan in the shade Oasis. However, I've only used it the once this last month, so I need to go into it a little bit more if I'm going to hit pan, and also just to use the palette a little bit more. So yeah, only used this once in the month of April. Moving on, we have Peach Perfect from Gourmand Girls. This one I believe was for my Shop My Stash, and I only used it once as well. And I think I went into this orange and potentially this shade over here, because I remember now I wanted to use two shades from the palettes that I pulled. So yeah, I used at least two shades from this palette for my Shop My Stash video. If you haven't gone, check that out. You like Shop My Stash, you like Get Ready With Me, you'll like it. Hopefully, maybe, maybe not. And then I also used 'Tis the Season from Cosmic Beauty in that same video for my Shop My Stash. So yeah, just used this the once. And I used, I think, 4 shades in this palette in that video. I still really want to desperately go into this more. I really want to do like at least a 3 looks or 4 looks, one palette with this palette. Let me know if you're interested. I know it's a seasonal palette, but it's just not. Like, I don't see this as a Christmas palette at all. So anyway, let me know if you want to see that, like multiple looks with this palette, because I just think I want to play around with it a little bit more, and it would give me a reason to do that. Not that I need a reason, but it you know, with so many projects going on, I kind of feel like I do. So let me know. Okay, I also went into my Beauty Bay Earthy. Beauty Bay is back. I saw that they are back. But anyway, I went into this palette just the once. I finally hit pan in the last shade that I had to hit pan on in this palette. It has been in projects for so long. But yeah, I hit pan in this lime shade finally. So now this one is not in a project, and let's see how long it takes for it to be rolled into a project again, because it is constantly rolled in. For now, I'm really enjoying the fact that I don't need to look at it every time, so that is a plus. And then the last palette that I used just once is the Blend Away palette from P. Louise. Yeah, I went into this once. This is a palette that I pulled because I wanted to use it more, but specifically I wanted to use it as a spring palette focus. And so I went into it once in April. I kind of want to go into it a little bit more this next month before spring is over. So we'll see. But I'm trying to do a little bit of a push on those spring focus palettes that I pulled. All right, moving on, we have palettes that I used 2 times. So we have the Makeup Revolution Astro Nova palette. This one was just rolled into a project, and the shade that I want to hit pan on is Milky Way. So I've gone into this a couple of times in April already. I actually have it on my eyes today too, so I've already gone into it this month. But yeah, this palette overall, I went into it twice and it was just for that one shade. I also went into the Muse palette from Cosmic Beauty 2 times, and this one is because I am trying to hit pan in the shade Sweet Pea right here, which I also have on my eyes today. I don't know why I went purple, but I wanted purple, so we went purple today. But yeah, this one's in my pan those eyeshadows. Actually, they're both in my pan those eyeshadows, so trying to hit pan in both of them, and I have them on my eyes today. But yeah, went into this 2 times last month. Next up, we've got palettes I went into 3 times. So I went into the NARS Afterglow palette 3 times. I was trying to go into it a little bit more, but I just didn't get around to it. It was when my parents came to stay, and I just decided not to wear makeup. The sun was out. It was absolutely beautiful, so I didn't end up wearing that much makeup with this palette. So that was a shame. But yeah, I did end up going into it 3 times, and I managed to do at least one interesting look. I think the other 2 looks were kind of boring, but it is what it is. Then I also went into my new neutrals palettes from Gloss Gods. This one is currently in my No Pan Left Behind. I think it's in my No Pan Left Behind. I only have, no, is it? I keep forgetting if this, yes, this is in my No Pan Left Behind. And there's only a few shades left that I need to use in this palette. So yeah, I've just been using it when I feel like it. I did some really nice, just neutral looks with this palette, which obviously you can do. It is a neutral palette, but it also has those beautiful shifty shades too. But yeah, I went into this 3 times last month. And then I went into my palette in order. So this one I always update when I go through my Pan That palette for the year update. And then this is my Pan That palette in order update too. So it's the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde. I only went into it 3 times though in April. I am currently working on this shade. Now I did mention that this obviously conflicts with the Oasis shade in the Serenity palette from Cosmic Beauty. They're both just these matte oranges that I would use for the same purpose. So you can see what's happening here. I have used this one 3 times. I used the Oasis only once last month. I don't know how it's going to go this month. I want to hit pan on both of them, and I think the Cosmic Beauty is going to be easier, but I also don't really want to neglect this palette because I'm working on it for the year. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think I hit pan in this shade right at the beginning of the month, and then I used this one a couple of times. I think that's what happened. Okay, next up, these palettes I've gone into 5 times. The first one is the Feral palette from Menagerie Cosmetics. This was rolled into my Pan and Every palette, I believe, and I did manage to hit pan in this shade, which is the one that I was working on. So yeah, I basically used that shade as like something to put in the crease, and then whatever else I would put on my lids. You either saw it or you didn't. So it's not very interesting shade to visualize with the images, but if I have them, I will obviously be sharing them like I have been. But yeah, I went into this 5 times in April. I also went into the Color of Rain from Gloss Gods 5 times. This is my project level up, and I'm just really wanting to get rid of it and move on to level 1 because I really enjoy level 1. And level 5 just takes a really long time. So yeah, I'm still working on this one. I still need to hit 1 more pan, and then I do have quite a bit more use on certain shades, so I can get my 5 use in total. But yeah, I did do a push last month, and I used it 5 different days. And obviously on the days that I did use it, I probably used more than 1 shade. Moving on, we have my ABH Nouveau palette. This one also in a project I was working on hitting pan in the shade Liberty in my Pan Those eyeshadows, and I did last month. and I'm excited that I was able to, and I've been able to roll it out. It was in the project for a while, and yeah, I did a decent push last month, used it 5 times, and now we don't need to see this for a while. Another one that I did do a quite nice push, because this was also in a project, is the Molten Metals from Gloss Gods. This was in my Pan in Every palette, and I was able to hit pan in the shade Platinum. So I ended up going into this palette 5 times last month, and I used that shade pretty much in my inner corner, and that's how I got through it. All right, and then the last palette that I used is my Pan That palette for the year. I've just seen actually that they've just re-released this. The color story kind of looks the same, but they have like new packaging, and I think they've removed some of the shimmers because it seems like there's a lot less shimmers. I don't know. I haven't really been following Ensley Rain, but I did see that there is a new Flower Moon. So I guess this one is discontinued. Regardless, I'm working on it because I neglected it for the longest time because obviously everything that happened with the brand. So I did end up going into this one the most last month, which I'm happy about, but I only used it 8 times. So that's a little bit less than the previous month where I used it 9 times. You know, I'm just using it when I want to use it, right? And I also just found that obviously this last month I haven't really been wearing as much makeup. I also took a step back from wearing quite a bit of makeup when my parents were here. We were outside, and I just didn't want have a full face of makeup on if I'm sitting in the sun. It didn't make any sense. So anyway, this one, still ended up using it quite a bit, and I'm still determined to get more pans in here. I do have this shade on my eyes right now. It is the shimmer that you can see, and I also have this one in my outer V. But yeah, I've been enjoying this one, and I always feel like whenever I go into my Pan That palette, the looks are pretty, I think. Anyway, so those are all of the palettes that I went into in the month of April. I counted, and I think there's 19. So if I missed any, then that's my bad. I know there were a couple days where I did wear makeup and I didn't write them down straight away. And so it was just like 1 or 2 days later where I was trying to remember what I used. So there might be mistakes, quite honestly, but I try to be organized. I try to like write down on the day, you know, what I used for that day. So that's what I try to do. Whether I do it or not is another story. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.